Let's talk about the upcoming season of Doctor Who series. Sorry, and before we do, I'm a big Doctor Who fan, and just so, in case you wonder how big of a Doctor Who fan, hold on. Let's see if we can get this to work. Yes, I have the actual 10th Doctor coat. And it's magnificent. It is probably the hands down geekiest and most awe-inspiring collectible that I've gotten. Now, if my better half is down here, I would take a better picture of it. And actually, who knows, maybe I'll get a picture of it. Yeah. Wait a second, and then we'll talk Doctor Who. Hey there. Let's talk Doctor Who Series 8. And yeah, that is the 10th Doctor David Tennant coat. It's probably the most expensive geek thing that I've gotten. It's cost just about over $300, and I got it from Abbey Shop. Great place, by the way, if you're looking for that type of stuff. I'm waiting for them to put out a 6th Doctor coat. Yeah, I really want that. And honestly, the one I look for the most lately, I'm a big fan of White Eccleston Moore. Then again, I'm a big fan of the soft leather jacket type thing anyway. Since I've been a teenager, I wanted that like kind of mid soft leather jacket thing. You know, I wear like a jacket here, not the same thing. Still on the lookout for one of those. So I'm probably going to hit Denier Leather up sometime next year to see if I can actually find one. Anyway, let's get back to talking about the Series 8 and the upcoming specials. Obviously, I'm going to be looking forward to the special, and aside from seeing the Doctor and John Hurt, who is the real Ninth Doctor, or the Valeyard, one of the two, looking towards being the real Ninth Doctor right now, I would like to see the original Doctors have some sort of a role in there. At least Tom. Definitely McGann, but I know I'm not going to. And that's a shame that Stephen Moffat doesn't have the imagination to do it. Because you know what? I do. Yes, I have a perfect story to bring back every one of those Doctors, even in the way they are right now. Because my imagination isn't limited to the last 5 to 6 years. Shame. One of these days, maybe. I worry that they're going to be taking the Doctor and doing Capaldi as the last Doctor. And that even though that's what they're doing with the John Hurt thing, I'm worried that they're going to go the movie route with Doctor Who after Capaldi. That they're going to bring him in and do feature films. That they're going to go what they wanted to do with the early 90s with Spielberg. And Spielberg said he was a fan of Doctor Who. BBC had the chance to get Tom Baker back, and they didn't go with that. Instead, they decided to wait to see if the Spielberg movie would happen, and we ended up not having Doctor Who until 2005. Yeah, they're not exactly the brightest. Now, for the 8th Doctor, we're going to see a lot of changes. Obviously, it's an older Doctor, and more than likely, we're going to see the Doctor to be a darker Doctor, more maybe even shades of what we would get with the whole Valeyard storyline. I'm looking towards that. And Jenna Coleman's character now of Clara is going to have a little bit more of a hard time. We've seen a flirtation and a romance starting with Clara and the Matt Smith's Doctor, and that worked fine because, well, Matt Smith is a very young, dashing Doctor. However, things are going to change. And unlike when Eccleston turned into Tennant, who was much more of the romantic lead anyway, and around the age, well, older, but still, you know, the age that could still romance Billie Piper. I don't see Peter Capaldi romancing Clara as the Doctor. I just don't see it going that way. We may be looking more towards Tom Baker's type of eccentricity, kind of a Pertwee type of harshness, and kind of a Colin Baker type of transformation with the Doctor. And I would look forward to that. See them actually do it right this time. because Colin really should have got a better chance. Hey, this is the guy that brought us the real first series of 4 to 5 minute episodes of Doctor Who after all. But Series 8, look, we gotta see where he's going to go with this. Is he going to bring in more new monsters? Is he going to bring back in the old ones? He's already said he won't bring back Romana, which I think is a really bad move. I, for one, am against there being for the Doctor Who transforming to a female. I just, and one of the reasons there's Romana, which is a perfectly good female Time Lord that's already out there and usable. But Stephen Moffat doesn't feel that Romana is a good enough character for his Doctor Who, though he may bring back Jenny, which he created in The Doctor's Daughter. It'd be interesting to see Jenny come back, actually. I wonder if she can regenerate. We've seen that she can come back to life, but we haven't seen her regenerate. She stayed in the form that she was in when she came back, which is a different, kind of a cool, different way to have it done. But Jenny, who almost, was almost got her own series while they were thinking about it. That'll be interesting. So I'm hoping that we will see Jenny back, and that's not just lip service that he's giving. But for the people that did want the Doctor to be a female, no. Just no. But still, Romana would have been a nice bone to throw the vocal minority that complained. You wanted a strong female Doctor? Romana is a strong female Doctor. But he's not going to do that. What we can hopefully look forward to is this may be Moffat's last time around at the bat. I like Moffat as a story writer, but I don't think he's a good showrunner for Doctor Who. I don't think he ever gave Matt Smith that series of glory that he really needed. The only time we got to see Matt Smith get any big sense of real majestic as the Doctor was in the first episode that he fully played the Doctor. When he comes in and he's putting on his tie and he walks up to the gigantic eye and basically tells it to run. That's when he cemented himself as the Doctor. And my better half, that's her Doctor. And in a lot of cases, it's because of that scene. It made him the Doctor. When everybody was saying, he's too young to play the Doctor. He showed he wasn't. And he was a guy that could have done a lot more than he did. The stories were good. We got to see the River Song thing. We got to see Amy rewriting history and Clara rewriting the Doctor's history. There's a lot of Duas Machina in in Stephen Moffat's Doctor Who. More so than Russell T Davies, and he was already got slammed for using the big button and all that. Which actually he did put a big button in the episode. I kind of like that. I got what he was saying. But anyway, Capaldi Doctor will have to be something extremely different. We're looking at a darker Doctor, a more eccentric Doctor, maybe a throwback to one thing I will give Moffat. He has gone back to the old style of Doctor Who, from the openings to just the way that some of the stories are structured. We're getting more of an old school feel. So if you're an old school fan of Doctor Who, my throat's going there, then you're probably going to be looking forward to this because Capaldi is an old school Doctor Who. Now, the people that have just started watching since 2005, they've got to see the romantic Doctor Who's, the Ecclestons. And they've got to see the Tennants, mostly the Tennants. Eccleston, if he would have kept pretty stern, I think, on it. But Tennant, Matt Smith, they all had a romanticism, like a pretty boy image to them. Peter Capaldi is definitely not that. Not that Peter Capaldi is a bad-looking man, per se. It's just that Peter Capaldi is not the teen beat guy that a Tennant was, or that a Matt Smith was, or even to some extent that a Christopher Eccleston was. But here's the thing that we have to keep in mind. This is going to take the real Doctor Who fans that really like this show and the writing and stuff like that, from the teeny bobbers, and the people that are giving the show lip service, and hopefully we're going to have enough fans left when this is all done, so that we can keep the show going strong. Now, all we need is strong writing and a strong showrunner after Moffat leaves. I expect Moffat to leave probably after the next series. And if I was going to choose a showrunner, I would not choose one of the people we're looking at right now. And one of the strong contenders that he said was the guy that was the showrunner and creator of Being Human, the UK version. No. Just no. No other reason than no. Who's the obvious choice? Who's been the obvious choice since the show came back? Since Russell T Davies left the series? Mark Gatiss is the obvious choice. He's worked on Doctor Who since it came back. He worked on Doctor Who before it came back. Go Google it, little boys and girls. You will find out that Mark Gatiss has a long, strong history with Doctor Who even before the series came back. That's my thoughts right now on the upcoming series. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see a strong Doctor Who in the next half. I've got a feeling it's going to be split into two half series again to drag it out, which I really, really don't like. It's just a money cash grab type thing, and a way for them to not do full series and to do a series over almost a 2-year span. It's kind of sucky. I really don't like it. Again, we should also be looking towards, they may be looking for another companion for Capaldi. Even though Jenna Coleman has just come into it, she came in and had a strong chemistry with Matt Smith. She may have a great chemistry with Capaldi, but they're going to need to put a companion in there that's going to be Capaldi's own. Kind of a way for him to like put his stamp on it aside from the suit that he's going to wear and the type of doctor he's going to be. So this may be looking towards the end of Moffat, the end of Clara, and if things don't go right, it could be the end of the Doctor on TV again. So let's just watch and see, and keep our fingers crossed. Thanks for watching, and right now, I've been clearing my throat a lot, and this has gotten cold, so it's really time for tea.